Today on Suncoast View, a ranking we are not proud of here on the Suncoast. We'll talk about how Florida is failing our kids.
And there's no shortage of stunning homes on the Suncoast. We'll look at million-dollar mansions in Suncoast for sale.
Plus, you don't have to give dear old dad yet another tie for Father's Day. We have trendy fashion accessory gift ideas from Jackie Z. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to our good friend and important person to know, meteorologist, John Scalzi.
Pleasure to be here. Always fun. Always
Make
fun.
the rain go away.
Oh, don't we wish? Don't we wish? But you know what? It's good. You know, now the drought is almost gone, and you know we're looking at not a lot of forest. What we're thinking about now is what's going on in the tropics. You
Keep
know,
that
coming up
away
here.
too.
We're trying.
Oh my!
We're trying.
Right. Okay.
I've crossed everything I can cross.
Fair enough, fair enough. We won't shoot the messenger. Well, we are glad you are here with us today. We have
Pleasure.
a lot of fun planned.
Yeah.
And also, we need to give you a belated congratulations.
Say what?
20 years of marriage.
Oh, thank you.
Understand. To one of our favorite people, of course, his wife, Linda Larson, often joining us on the show. Did you do anything special? Was that a beach walk for this celebration?
Actually, we had a great time. We did. We went out to dinner and enjoyed a little quiet evening at home, and
nice.
went to a movie, you know, and just had a really relaxed, quiet time. My wife had to do a work during that week, so we're planning maybe down the road having a bigger block of time to really celebrate it as it should be celebrated.
Go out and
But,
celebrate.
We had a great time, you know.
You guys always have a great time, no matter where you are.
Good
You
time.
do.
We try to have a good time. The 20 years went like that. I mean, it goes so fast, you know.
That's a good sign.
I love that. You
Yeah,
can
that's a
say
good
that.
sign.
I know some of us would say 1 year was like 10 years.
All right, Jeff, well, we
Well,
are
you might
happy
ask
for
her.
you.
She might say it took forever to get there.
No, she publicly calls you
No,
Weather
she
Muffin.
likes
We think she likes you.
Does.
All right, well, it's great to have you here. And we also have some familiar faces in the kitchen as well. We welcome back Robert and Mike from Cask and Ale. And Robert, you've been with us before. And Mike, I do believe your last name is Scalzi. Any relation?
Might be. It's a common name.
Johnny
I
doesn't
know.
claim you willingly.
That
know
is
it.
your son?
That's my boy.
Oh my
You
goodness!
see a family resemblance there?
I certainly do.
Mike,
Yeah.
it's so great to meet you. Oh, I didn't know that, John. You didn't tell me.
Yeah, that's my son. You'll get to talk to him later and meet him.
All right. And
Say something.
No wonder you knew about the award.
What?
The drink.
Oh yeah, well
I was like, how did he know this?
you know, he's found his quan in life, his joy, his passion, and it's to be a mixologist. And he goes around doing all these competitions and winning these awards and things, and it's just really exciting.
And we love
People
mixologists.
smile.
We love mixology. The apple
do.
does not fall far from the tree.
That's right, he's a scientist. All right, and the reason, of course, you gentlemen are here from Cask and Ale is to celebrate National Bourbon Day. So tell us how we'll be celebrating.
I've got a couple cocktails for you today. I'll be making the ginger from the Cask and Ales menu. Got some Michter's Sour Mash, a little bit of ginger, ginger beer. We've got a pineapple ginger syrup we make in-house, some lemon juice, fresh mint.
I'm going to be making the pecan old fashioned. It's one of our house signature cocktails. It's a little homemade pecan simple syrup, little Basil Hayden bourbon, a couple different bitters.
Sounds fun.
I'm
Sounds
ready.
complicated.
I'm ready to taste both of these.
They're like chemists behind the bar, those
Yes,
two. That's
they
what they are. So a lot of fun. All right, we're glad to have you here from Cask and Ale. Of course, not only are we celebrating National Bourbon Day, but we're also getting ready to celebrate Father's Day. So, John, a happy early Father's Day to
Cheers.
you.
Thank you. Thank
Nice
you
to
very
have your
much.
son to celebrate with us.
Indeed.
Yes.
When
we'll
you're
give him
looking
some
for
ideas.
when you're looking for gift ideas, of course, the Suncoast's own Tervis, a fabulous idea, and they have some special dad tumblers. I love this one that says Yoda Dad, Yoda Best Dad.
Oh, get it?
Get it?
Yeah, I
Ha
get it.
Yes, that would be Yoda, of course, from Star Wars. So great to see that. And then, of course, there's always the line of the NFL, the MLB, the Tervis tumblers.
favorite team.
Your favorite teams. We like the ones that, of course, celebrate Dad's love for drinking beer. There's special ones made for that. But this new stainless steel line is something that Tervis is very, very proud of. They keep your drinks, of course, hot or cold, just like the plastic ones do. But they just have kind of that, you know, really nice finish to
Yes,
them.
they
So
do.
Yeah, I've
to
got
rest glasses
I have a
it up.
cabinet full of the others. So
I
I'm
do
ready
too.
For something new.
That's how we keep the boys' glasses straight. When you have 4 boys in the hot Florida weather, they drink water, lemonade, whatever, endlessly. And I got tired of the amount of cups we were going through.
So each person has one.
Yep, we have been to the store numerous times. Everybody gets to pick the one they want. And if you don't know this, my favorite thing about Tervis tumblers is they're lifetime guaranteed. So when the boy drops it, which he does, and eventually they usually give way, then we go back to the store, you trade in the cracked one, and you choose a brand new one.
Oh, that's so smart. So you assign the colors to the boys.
Or we let them pick. We have a buck, we have a ray, we have a fish.
Okay, we need to start doing that at our house
like
because
that.
we end up with a whole top rack of
See?
Tervis tumblers while the bottom rack is still
Ask
empty.
the mom of multiples.
We just go through them.
We have a lot of
Stainless
systems.
steel ones are really easy to clean.
Are they? I haven't tried
Literally,
those yet.
You just
I've
rinse it
tried
out real
those.
quick.
Yeah, I like the fishing ones. That would be popular. So anyway, we love to support our local businesses. You can get great dad ideas with Tervis tumblers. It is time for our first hot topic. And you know, the Suncoast has many great rankings. Our beaches, our restaurants. But sadly, the ranking of our kids' well-being is not so positive. Florida ranks 40th overall nationwide in child well-being. That's as studied by the Kids Count organization. So this takes into account economic well-being, health, family, and community. But even more sobering, Florida is 45th for kids' economic well-being. 23% of our kids are living in poverty, and 40% of them are in homes that are threatened by their housing burdens.
It's all about money. We need better jobs here for young people. I think that's the whole thing. We need higher paying jobs for young people here. Because we have great schools. So it's not that we don't care about them. My daughter moved here because Sarasota County has such great schools. But we do need to think about the income of their parents.
And you're right about the schools. Schools ranked 31st in the country, so not off the charts, but not horrible either. That was our best ranking, was our education. We fell way off the end
And everything else.
for everything else.
I think worldwide, the United States education is not as great as we would like to see it be
Yeah.
either in terms of ranking. Plus, I think you mentioned something really good. We need affordable housing for young people just starting out and trying to make a go of it, because just don't have that, especially downtown.
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
And they're not making those salaries
I
yet.
think overall in the state, when we look at the state in the big picture, we always forget about it. We always think about our little microcosm, and you know, in our area, we're doing good, or our community's doing good, but we don't look outside our community to see that that may not be the norm. And there's so many other people that are living below the poverty line and struggling with so many things, but you know, we kind of just focus on our little microcosm, so we don't get to see that other side. But it's really out there, and
I think
sometimes it's disturbing.
it gets painted maybe almost as too rosy a picture statewide. I mean, you know, the governor and the legislature are always talking about the job growth and how low unemployment is, and those are all great things.
Yeah.
But if things are so great, why is there such a suffering and a poverty problem that doesn't match up? So it's obviously not as great.
If you're working 8 hours a day and you cannot afford a decent place to live, then we need better jobs for those people.
But a lot of the people that are below poverty, many of them have 2 jobs. And the sad part about it is they're working but are not able to afford their bills, not because they have outlandish amounts, because the payment is just so low.
Because the salary take home is so tiny.
Yeah, well, definitely some sobering rankings there. Speaking of work, self-employment is on the rise. Employment figures say that independent workers now represent 31% of the private workforce. Companies are reportedly happy to hire more freelancers. That way the company gets to stay agile in a fast-changing environment, meaning they don't have to commit to people. More people tapping into what's called the gig economy is also taking place. That's taking independent work as a way to supplement their income, but it does come down to risk versus reward. Okay, I promise no punishment from corporate. Could you be an independent worker? Would you be able to stomach that?
You know, I have freelanced when I was in Los Angeles. It took me about 6 months to get a job. And I had to work every day because I was afraid if I didn't work today, I wouldn't be called tomorrow. No vacation time, no medical benefits. So this is not a good thing for the worker. And you're afraid not to take every day because you don't know if you'll ever be called again.
It sounds very appealing, you know. It sounds like, oh, that's the way to go, because that is the greatest promise of financial reward. You're totally in control of your schedule and everything else. But my wife is self-employed, you know, freelancer, and It's hard because not only do you have that freedom, but you are totally in charge of your own economy,
Yeah.
and you're totally
Right.
in charge of your own business. And
And you have to hustle your next gig.
yes,
Yeah.
you do, and it's not easy. My hats go off to anybody who's self-employed.
Yeah, because that's where the hard part comes in, because there's no sleeping. You know, you don't get to go home and say, oh, the job is done. It's a 24-hour job when you're working for yourself, because you have to think of the next thing, the next bill. that
Right,
you
I'd
have to
always
pay,
be
the
worried.
next responsibility.
It's all you.
Yep, exactly. Well, there's no perfect solution.
Of course, there is a good side too. My daughter-in-law came here from another country, and I said, God, all your relatives are rich. They're really rich. And she said, well, it's because they couldn't get other jobs, so they all started their own businesses, and that's the way they became rich.
There's
So
our
I'd say-
boutique, Bobeth. We're talking about this.
And you know,
this
someone
week.
says that too. They said if you really want to be rich, you have to work for yourself.
Put it next to my pizzeria, will you?
We're going to have a cool little boutique called The View. All right, well, talking about Paradise, Bachelor in Paradise will not continue. That's the reality show. The cast has been sent home from the Mexican resort where the show is filming for bad behavior. Reports where there are inappropriate sexual contact on camera, where one person may have been too drunk to have been able to consent. So producers of all the Bachelor shows reportedly do encourage some drama for good TV. I think we all realize that. But there are now escalating concerns about the whole concept of these dating shows being out of control. Are casts being put at risk in pursuit of good on-screen drama for viewers?
Everyone is responsible for their own actions, and I don't believe, not saying that you can't, that the victim is responsible for the act, but you can't put yourself in a situation. You can't get drunk enough where you feel like you're not going to be able to control yourself.
Or respond appropriately.
I have to make sure that I'm making decisions that are good for me, because the person that's next to me is not going to.
Yeah, and
And
what
I
that's
have to
really saying is don't trust anybody. Be in control of your body and your life.
And I'm
But I
not,
wonder
and
if
I'm
it-
not giving them a pass. Don't
No.
get me wrong. I'm not saying that person that did something wrong is right. I'm just saying I personally have been taught that you have to make sure you are taking responsibility for your actions, and I don't put myself in situations that could be dangerous.
Well,
and
I get
feel
that
they
point
should
of view,
do
but I
that.
wonder if there's a false sense of security in this particular situation, because you know you have all these people who are there supporting you, carrying your luggage, you know.
There's a
you know,
photographer.
providing for
And there
you.
may be some liability too. I
I
mean,
would
you're
think.
gathering everybody together for a reality show, but we all know there's a little bit of, you know, things taken care of to make sure things
Yeah.
go in a good drama environment for
I mean,
TV.
but too drunk to consent. Who told her to drink, or whomever to
Right.
drink that much alcohol?
Yeah, and apparently where the cameras are is not always clear, so that they don't necessarily realize that it's always on
That's a
camera.
hard
Oh,
one.
that's what you're there for, to be on
I
camera.
would think so. Then you better watch what you do. All
They
right.
need a reality show about reality shows.
So there's a new law in Madrid. No manspreading on the bus.
What?
You know, when a guy takes up more than his seat with his knees open and no regards for others, that's called manspreading. So there's going to be signs posted on all public buses. Keep your knees together.
Close your legs.
My mother told me that long ago.
That's different than manspreading. John, is this fair?
Have we come to this?
Well,
Really?
maybe if people, you know what we're talking about, though, right? You sit down next to somebody,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Airplane.
I'm like, I don't want to touch you.
Yeah, I
like you're at a
understand
fish
it now.
market.
Yeah.
I never
Gross.
heard that term before, but I get
Oh,
it now.
you
But
get it
that's,
now?
Yes, it is obnoxious. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Subways, it's a
Yes.
problem.
On
New York is a
airplanes.
just
Airplanes, it's a problem.
But
Yes.
people do it deliberately so you can't sit next to them.
on the subway and the bus. Yeah, absolutely. See, on an airplane, I find that they get, you know, kind of cornered in a little bit by the armrest, so that does help. But yeah, I don't want to touch some random knee.
Yeah.
Keep it together.
It's
Maybe they're trying to keep cool.
I don't want to think about that. No.
Bring a fan.
Right. I don't know what's down there, but keep it together. All right, well, speaking of men, here's a new way to show some skin this summer for women. Dress like a man at the beach. This is called the sexy chest swimsuit.
That is gross.
I don't think
Nipples,
it's sexy. I think it's ugly.
hair, it's all there. We got it in the front, and
Wait, let me
warning,
see.
gross.
Wait a
We
second, this is
also
hair?
have it in the back.
Okay. And the
And
point of that is what
The
exactly?
butt. I don't know.
I'm not
One
sure.
ugly swimsuit.
It needs a wax. The
Now, what you
swimsuit
don't want is to
needs
see
a wax.
that on somebody who's doing a man spread. That would really
Right,
be
correct.
That would really be
In
dumb.
case they have not manscaped.
Yes, that's right. That could just be one problem on top of another.
Who thought of this?
I have no idea, but that's gross.
Yeah,
That is
not going to
gross.
take off. It will not be in our boutique.
Yeah, probably not. All right, it's time for our happy hour forecast. When we come back, we're going to hear the latest from American Stage Theater's newest show.
Good afternoon. A very active afternoon it is in Manatee County, where we've had severe thunderstorm warnings. That has since expired now, but now we're under a flood advisory in effect for much of northern sections of Manatee County, Parish included, all the way down into Ellenton. Very heavy rainfall, up to 2 inches already has fallen across places there. There's the flood advisory. You see it in the area in green. It does include Parish and northern portions of Manatee County. That's in effect until 5:30. That means some of the roadways there already starting to see some ponding of the water, causing some real tough driving conditions throughout that region. More rain is on the way. Right now, the severe weather threat has lessened somewhat. We've had some strong gusty winds with these cells, but those are starting to calm down a little bit. Not much going on in Sarasota County at this hour, and we expect some showers to move in and the possibility of a few isolated thunderstorms. But right now, the heaviest activity by far over northern portions of Manatee County. One cell just now popping up near US 41 and University into Sarasota County. More in your forecast coming up today at 5. See you then.
American Stage Theater in St. Petersburg often tackles very tough topics with its stage shows. This time it's the concept of universal greed and how capitalism may be at the cost of human survival in the Middle East. That sounds like a night of comedy. Well, the play is called The Invisible Hand, and actor Joe Dittmeyer is here to tell us all about it. So, this is a very controversial play. Tell us about the role you play.
Well, I play Nick Bright. He's an American banker who's been doing a lot of work in Pakistan, a lot of work with currency trading. And the premise is he's just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah. There's been a plan to kidnap a very high-level banker with Citibank, who is actually Nick's boss, and they think that's who's in the car. And actually he gets kidnapped, and he's being held for ransom, and the play starts 3 weeks into that, and it actually the journey of the play is 91 days in Nick's captivity by a what we would consider a Pakistani extremist group.
Oh, wow.
Right, and it's 4 characters in the play. I'm the American. The other 3 are, there's an imam and 2 other members of this group that, you know, it's, I like to call it a political and financial thriller, but it's definitely a thriller. It moves very, very, very fast. It's a 2-hour play in its entirety with the intermission and everything. But it really, I think for a lot of audience members, feels more like 20 minutes. I mean, it moves very, very, very fast. And
super intense.
Yeah, it is. But don't be deterred. It is a drama, but there are some laughs.
Oh, you find the funny in there?
There's some relief in some situational relief, of course.
Well, Stephanie Gallarty at the American Stage is famous for doing these very controversial plays that really make you think. But what about the controversy? Do you worry about that? Are you a little nervous?
Do I worry about it?
Are you
No,
a little nervous?
because no, the audience have shown us otherwise.
Okay.
The audiences have been extraordinary. We've been mostly sold out the entire run. And we only have 2 weeks left. We're in our final 2 weeks.
Oh.
Wow.
So please check out AmericanStage.org. If there are any tickets, come see it. It's incredible. But I don't think any of us have really felt concerned or apprehensive regarding the subject matter. It's what's being talked about, you know, nonstop right now.
That was what my question was.
yeah.
'Cause this seems like it's just really close to home when, you know, talking about reality and what's happening in real society now. You guys help to dispel certain things or kind of work your way through some of the misconceptions that people may have about different sides?
We do. In America, I think we're very quick to label a group, a Middle Eastern group that has a cause as ISIS or Al Qaeda or you know the Taliban or, but you know this is really. It's clear that not all groups that need to use extreme measures to get what they want are after the same thing or are strictly designed to inflict random terror on a population.
And
that's
the
the
play
truth.
brings about an understanding.
It
of
does.
the situation
It does.
that
An
you're-
understanding of situation, understanding of where people come from. That even the people within this group are not all from the same background.
Any chance of an extension?
I don't know. You should call Stephanie. No, I'm just kidding. Stephanie directed this too. I don't know if you know that. Stephanie directed this, and it's really a phenomenal experience for us, for the actors. But you know, we've had chatbacks and we've had the dialogue that it's created has been incredible. So it's really amazing.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it sounds good. It sounds really good. It's The Invisible Hand. It's at the American Stage in St. Petersburg through June 25th. You can go to their website for more information and how you can get tickets. Next, Sounds of the Suncoast.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here. Because
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
Or shop at Goodwill.
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Welcome back. Folk music always tells a great story in its lyrics, so listen closely as Sarasota musician Sam Robertson sings one of her original songs in today's Sounds of the Suncoast.
What was I thinking, dragging you into this? Made love with a stranger, greet your brother with a holy kiss. Saw your mother, she took off like she did back in '83. Hold me closer, soaked in water, made you sign the back of your CD. You're a monster, all your friends heard you've got blisters on your bare feet. Meditation for your breathing, always better when we drive out east. Saw your mom took off like she did back in '83. Hold me closer, soaked in water, made you sign the back of your CD. You're a monster, all your friends heard. You've got blisters on your bare feet. Meditation for your breathing, always better when we drive out east.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow, great song.
That was fabulous. Really wonderful. You're about to start a tour.
I am.
Tell us about that.
Going all the way up the East Coast. It's a month long, and it's with fellow Sarasota singer-songwriter Lisa Silvermore, who you've had on the show before.
We have. Yeah, we love her. That's
so
great.
it's just the two of us. We're going to be acoustic, and yeah, we're going on a big grand adventure.
Is this your first big road trip like that?
It's definitely my first tour that I've put together, that me and her have done ourselves.
Great.
So I'm nervous and excited and everything in between.
That song, yes,
is
it was
amazing. Is
Thank
that
you.
your experience?
It is, yeah.
Your life?
Yeah. It's actually based on when you go out east, in Sarasota at least, you kind of hit Mayaca.
Uh-huh.
And when I first moved back here from Texas, that was kind of my
Place
solace.
you went for peace?
Yeah, so it's kind of about that.
But
yeah.
the guy, there is a guy in this song that you're singing.
we don't talk about
There's
him.
always one that needs
Exactly. That's why we write songs.
I want to hear more about this.
It's absolutely wonderful. Your album is available on iTunes. correct?
iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, and my website, samrobertson.us.
All right, and you can follow her on tour and find her on that website. And coming up next, we've got some fashion accessories coming to help you plan for Father's Day. Stay with us. Play it out.
Yeah.
I forgot to talk to you the only way I ever knew was a self-inflicted bloody bruise. 'Cause when
What's a nice Jewish girl to do when she can't introduce her WASP boyfriend to her conservative parents? Hire an actor. Hilarious and insightful, Bo Jest is at the Player Center June 14th through the 25th, and it's your ticket to a sizzling summer. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit theplayers.org. Don't miss Bo Jest.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check in with our friends Robert and Mike from Cask and Ale. They are helping us celebrate National Bourbon Day today. But gentlemen, we're celebrating Father's Day this weekend, of course. Tell us what you have going on.
We've got a new promotion we're going to do every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6:30 called Up the Ladder Platinum Hour. We're celebrating its release on Father's Day. We're going to offer it for the entire day for dads. We're offering super premium top shelf bottles, pours at less than half price. We're featuring the Michter's 10-year-old single barrel high proof bourbon for $12 a pour. Among others, we've got Macallan 18 on the list, Don Julio 1942. What else?
All right,
We've got Johnny
some
Walker
fancy
Blue.
stuff. All right, if Dad would like to sip his Sunday away, you will want to visit Cask and Ale on Father's Day. We'll join you in the kitchen for cocktails in just a few. Linda?
Father's Day fashions don't have to mean a tie for Dad every year. Jackie Zumber from Jackie Z Style Company is here with a lot of very trendy ideas that Dad may never have thought to buy for himself. Welcome, Jackie. We're so happy to have you here with a lot of advice and great products. So trends. What trends are you seeing in your St. Pete store?
So this spring, summer, what we're seeing for men is they're ditching the sandals and they're going to the loafers. They're kind of stepping it up a notch and kind of having a more dressy look, but still comfortable, really lightweight loafers that are great for summer. We're seeing a lot of washed out colors. We're seeing, you know, like slate colors, stone colors, a lot of washed out pinks, washed out corals, nice yellow tones. Another really cool summer accessory is to have a nice cotton suit. So the guy's not in your, you know, you're not hot in your wool suit. You're kind of keeping it chill. You're keeping it cool.
Do they wrinkle, cotton suits?
That was my first thought.
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
Part of the look, though, right?
yeah, like a linen look. Or you can get a little jiffy steamer. You know, make yourself nice and fresh.
Put it in your drawer at work.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of the items you just mentioned are here on the desk. So tell us about what you brought.
Yeah, so one of our top selling items at Jackie Z is our ratchet system slide belt. They are awesome. They are one size fits all. They are the best gift for any guy in your family. You don't need to know the size. You just have to know, a color that works.
John is holding it. How does
You like
it work?
this, John?
I love this because it's got this little ratchet device right here. Instead of holes in the belt, there's no holes whatsoever. So you can just pull it and it ratchets. You can hear it, I think.
Yeah, and that's
Then you open
stylish
it this
now,
way.
right?
Yeah.
Don't you remember when only Grandpa would wear the pull belts kind of thing? Like, that's okay.
That's brilliant.
I won't get in trouble for
I like
giving
that.
And it also has a little bottle opener on the inside.
What?
Of,
Oh, it does. Look
so
right
you
there.
can
That's
kind of be
absolutely
cool
right.
while you're out with your friends, drinking.
You have to take off your belt and
Open your beer. Yeah.
Love
Really
that.
Take your belts off at the bar and people may get worried.
Multi-use belt. Yeah, really cool.
Depends on the bar, I suppose.
What else is in trend?
So like I mentioned earlier, spring, summer, the loafers. These are our Swims loafers. They're antimicrobial. You don't have to wear socks. They're really lightweight.
Nice.
Literally, they're breathable. The water will just seep out the bottom. They're great for boating, but they're great for every day. I mean, you can dress them up with a suit, or you can wear them, with your shorts and your denim. So they're really, really cool. They're obviously very fashion forward. Not only do we have the funky colors shown here, but they come in the blacks and the browns, and all of these are available.
So they
in
come
our
in
store.
every color.
I'm
every
fond
color.
of the mesh and the ventilation.
Yeah.
I have water shoes like this, and they are so good.
Yeah, and they're
It's like
really
wearing
comfortable.
bedroom shoes.
Every guy that
Yes.
comes in for more color. So obviously, the comfort's a big thing for guys.
Another
If you
thing
want to be cool, John, show us how to be cool.
Right.
Well, these are neat.
These
Tell
are
us about
sunglasses.
these.
I'm liking those.
Yeah, these are our foldies. They're actually fold-up sunglasses. They come up in the Ray-Ban style, or they come in an aviator style. So they're super cool. They're sleek. You can fold them up, and guys can just stick them in their pocket. They come with a really nice little leather case.
Oh, look.
But they're just something funky and fun and different. I'm sure Dad doesn't have fold-up sunglasses, so
That is
this
cool.
is something different that you can kind of
Oh,
step out
look
the
at
box
that.
and
Very
get 'em.
neat.
I like
Very
it.
Okay,
compact.
something new that I haven't seen.
Okay.
Lapel pins. you
Yeah,
brought.
so if a guy wants to add a little something fun and funky to his wardrobe, he can add one of these really cool lapel pins. They come in all different shapes and sizes. These are just a couple, but like this one's a little owl, really cute. It's got a little bling in it, so you can kind of match it to your shirt. Yeah, they kind of just add a little funkiness, and it's just something different you probably wouldn't think to get Dad.
And what else? These pocket scarves. Pocket scarves?
Pocket squares, yeah,
Pocket
exactly.
squares.
So if you want to add a little flair with your suit, if you got a nice gray suit going this summer and you kind of want to have a little pop of color, you add a nice little silk pocket square, and it kind of gives you a little flavor. You can match it to your socks, or you can
And
just...
there's a variety of colors, so you can get everything there.
And is that with a tie, without a tie, and how do we match the tie?
So everything doesn't have to be matchy-matchy this season. You're seeing a lot of color blocking. You're kind of just having fun with it. So you can kind of take it and kind of coordinate it, but use your best judgment. If you're doing like a nice light pink shirt and a blue suit, you can kind of, some of these have multiple colors, like this has pink and yellow.
Oh,
so
that
you
would be
kind of,
nice.
you can kind of make it work. Have fun with it. That's what it's all about.
And I'm seeing color not only in the pocket squares, but socks
Yeah,
also.
she said match your socks
so tie
and your
it,
scarf.
coordinate it. Yeah, if you have a pink in your sock, you're seeing a lot of colorful socks this season, which is fun. Under a nice guy's suit, you're seeing a little flare. You can kind of take the pink and push it back to the sock, so it kind of all flows, it all works together. Just something
I think socks are the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a way to be like crazy without being too crazy.
Without being
George
wild.
W.
Yeah. How about the menswear dog book? What is that all about?
So if you're trying to, tell your husband or dad very subtly without saying, hey, you need a little help in your style game, we've got a really cool book that's really fun and funky, but it gives them all kinds of ideas and things that they can do in their wardrobe that you wouldn't think of. How to pair your pocket square to your socks or your tie. And it's just fun and funky. And, when you're lounging on the beach or you're sipping your mimosa at the pool, it's something fun to read for
It's a great idea.
in your
A
life.
lot of us are clueless.
Okay,
Yeah.
we always gave Dad a tie, but your ties are not like grandmother's ties.
Right.
These are more fun.
Yeah, we have a blingy kind of tie option. Then we also have your everyday normal ties. But our tie there kind of comes in a fun, funky packaging where it's a typical blue, striped tie, but on the back, it has a little fish on the front.
That's
This is kind of fun for Father's Day.
Now, I
fishing.
have a question. These ties seem narrow. Are we back into thin?
Yes, we're going a little thinner. But it's kind of personal preference. I mean, some guys still wear the wide, but the thin tie is nice and clean and sleek and tailored look.
All right.
How
Another
about
thing is the bracelet. Yeah, jewelry is in again for men.
Yeah, the men are all about stacking their jewelry. So they're going to pair these bracelets with a nice watch, kind of stack them all together, coordinate it, again, back to your outfit. But golds and blacks kind of go with everything. So we have different, the anchor bracelets are wrap braided bracelets.
Oh, I like that.
But the beaded bracelets are so popular because guys literally will wear 3 or 4 with their watch, kind of, step their game up and accessorize.
And you brought a model with you.
Yes,
to put all of this together.
Yeah, exactly. Show it to you in real life.
well-dressed man, and you happen to know this guy.
I kind of know him okay, yeah.
He's your husband?
Yeah.
He wears what you say, but he wears it well.
He does. He brings it all to life here. He's got, a Moods of Norway jacket. He's got a Zachary Pearl shirt and Hudson jeans. And as you can see, he's sporting our little lapel pin there with a little fun, funky bling on it there. And you see how he coordinates it to his pocket square? And then he's also bringing out like a pop of color here with the pocket square, the lapel pin. He's kind of, showing you how to use it all together.
It looks great. It really does.
He also has on one of our awesome slide belts. He wears one every day. He's got it every color. He's like,
no holes.
The joy of being married
Ratchet
to Jackie Z.
And then you can open a beer bottle if you want.
Yeah, you can open a beer bottle up there.
A lot of fun.
It's all about dads right now, but you also have a kids store.
Yes, we opened last year a store named after our daughter called Ansley Z Kids Co. It's right next to Jackie Z.
Oh, how great. Because as a grandmother, that's what I'm looking for. Forget the men. I want the kids store. You can find more information about Jackie Z online. You can also go to her store in St. Petersburg. And right next door is Ansley Kids Store.
And right now on our kids store website, all of these things you're seeing for Father's Day, especially the slide belts, are available. And we're doing free shipping. So if you go to the Ansley Z website, you can buy the slide belt right now and you get it shipped free straight to your home.
Oh, that sounds great. Thank you so much. Next, $1 Million Beauties. And I'm not talking about us. We've got some $1 million houses to show you.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell HOSPICE, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell HOSPICE. It's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A Virginia baseball game ends in chaos and bloodshed after a gunman opened fire, his target, U.S. Congressman. And the cost of a cup of orange juice, how local farms are holding up against citrus greening and how it has impacted their livelihood. Now let's check in with Bob.
Well, a storm exploded over Manatee County just about an hour ago, and then it quickly faded away. We have light rainfall there now, but still a flood advisory is in effect due to the fact they had about 2.5 inches of rainfall in a short period of time over North Manatee County, including Parrish. It does not include Bradenton or Palmetto or Anna Maria Island at this time. We have other showers developing down south into Sarasota County. Not too intense at this point and not really expecting too much. We'll have much more in our forecast. Let you know about the rest of the week's forecast coming up today at 5. See you then.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
And welcome back. It's always nice to dream when you look at real estate, and that is what we're doing today. Realtor Andrew Haddad has picked all million-dollar homes, and we are happy to indulge. All right? Andrew, I love Suncoast for Sale because this is my best part. I get to see million-dollar homes, and I just can't wait, so let's get right into it.
Absolutely. You see million-dollar homes New York, Los Angeles. This is million-dollar homes the Suncoast. So
Absolutely.
First, this might not look much from the outside, yet this is location, location, location. This is in Harbor Acres, which is by far the most sought-after community in Sarasota, in our entire area. So just over $1 million. So price point, I just want to make you know that to get on the water in this community, you're looking at $4 and $5 million homes.
Whoa,
so at this purchase price, you know, we always say buy the lot, get the home for free, and this home is absolutely phenomenal. We're looking at 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, almost 3,400 square feet.
Wow.
Gorgeous outdoor setting area, very tranquil, and rock waterfalls and pools and everything. So incredible location, gorgeous house, and then at that price point, that's a steal in Sarasota.
Yeah,
that's a steal in the luxury market. All right, and then next we are going to Sunset Harbor. This is a little bit north, $1.15 million. Another gorgeous view. This is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, over 2,500 square feet. And again, it's the location. It's, I mean, literally the coastline is your playground with this house. A lot of outdoor living area, pool right on the water. We have also docks. This is a private gated community, so we bring your private boat. It has a 35-foot dock for your boating.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then finally, we are going to be going a little farther north. This is Shell Point. So this is an amazing custom home that encapsulates that craftsman style feel. So at $1.775 million, you're looking at 4 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, almost 5,500 square feet.
Wow.
Gorgeous chef's kitchen. I mean, we have Provenza wood floors and copper, and you're going to see all the natural elements. This, what you're looking at, is a custom 8-sided octagon den with a pinnacle ceiling.
And that's cool.
A lot of stylish. And then we go with this. They throw in this. This is a European style master bathroom with marble, and again with the natural irons of the area.
Beautiful.
And then finally, the outdoor living area, which is really the selling point for this property. Incredible outdoor space. They have a screen space. They put over $100,000 in our pool area right there, and the live lamps. So
it has like a northern feel to
Doesn't
it,
it?
yet it's here. What a great compromise.
in your own world over there.
Look at that.
So,
So, when you think of high-end properties, like when you get million plus, sometimes they're hard to sell. But so what is the market like? Is it still hard, or is it moving quickly?
Well, I'm really glad you asked that question. The luxury market is still very strong.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, first quarter sales compared to last year are up 18.3%.
That's a lot.
Really big. Price points down only 4%, yet very strong. And again, we attract the affluent. We have the history, the lifestyle, everything that brings the affluent, not to mention our waterways and everything here.
And is inventory still tight right now?
Inventory is actually increased a little bit more.
Okay.
Yet, sales are still strong. So, and that's what we want.
That's very good to know.
Absolutely.
That's
right.
All right, let's get back into it.
Next, we are going to Esplanade on the Bay. This is in Longboat Key. This one is called the Jewel on the Bay. So if you ever go, you like that?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Very unique.
Looks like a jewel.
It's literally a masterpiece of inspiration and architecture, multiple levels. So, I mean, you're going to see inlaid granite flooring. On the top level, you're going to see, gorgeous chef's kitchen. And then in the living rooms, in the other rooms, we're going to see floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall windows. Really bringing the outdoors in.
And very spacious.
Yeah, and again, this is an incredible community with outdoor space and right up there on the water and right on Sarasota Bay. So this is exactly where you want to be. Again, in Esplanade, brand new community.
That's a really nice one.
Awesome. And then finally, I am bringing us a mega dream home.
So the dream of the dream.
The dream of the dream home, listed at just under $4 million. This is Christine Del Monte with Michael Saunders has this listing. She does a phenomenal job. You're going to see the intricate details in this house stand out. So, we're looking at 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, over 5,100 square feet of living area. It has a 4-car garage. You're going to see top-of-the-line appliances, fixtures, lighting from state-of-the-art technology with its audio and video equipment. And then, of course, the outdoor living area with the multiple terraces and the pools. And, when you're in these homes and you're in this type of location, having that outdoor space is just as important as the indoor space, even with the infinity pool. And most importantly, we have 200 feet of waterfront footage with this property.
Wow.
Mega dream home. There you go.
Beautiful.
Look at that. That's beautiful. I love the dreams of the dreams.
Love it. Mega dream home.
All right, well, thank you so much, Andrew. If you guys want to get more information, you want to go to searchsarasotahomes.com for more information, and then we'll be right back, and we'll have more for you.
I heard about the Ditoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Ditoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Welcome back. Okay, we've been thinking about fun Father's Day things throughout the week. And John, we have something that we think you will appreciate.
What's that?
You're an outdoors kind of guy.
Yes.
So you know your shoes get muddy? What about using like Bigfoot slippers that they're like overshoes? They go over your shoes so that if you've been outside, then you can cover your shoes and walk in to use the restroom, get a drink, grab a tool, whatever, and you won't track in the mud.
Now, are those for me or are those for my wife?
Well, your wife would like them.
Your wife would appreciate that.
I think she would.
Oh, are you saying you don't think that's a fun gift? Anything
No,
that
it's a great
keeps you
idea.
out of trouble is a great gift, right?
Well put.
But people always tell me, because I'm always like, take your shoes off, and they'll be like, I'm just running across here once. Well, right, it only took once, and there's mud all over my floor. So we'll try to keep our great gift ideas
for your
going.
wife.
It's a day that that the floors are
What's
clean.
coming up next? Oh, now this is for you. We are celebrating National Bourbon Day with our friends, including John's son from Cascanale. Like that pour, Michael.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
From our studios on Florida Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on now for 5 o'clock. The death toll rises after a massive fire engulfs a London high-rise, forcing hundreds to evacuate. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, you may want to avoid the interstate if you're heading northbound at this hour. Drivers are seeing delays from Clark Road all the way north to University Parkway. Now over to Bob from another look at our weather.
Scott, we had some rough weather around earlier. Those showers and storms have calmed down a little bit right now. Still a flood advisory in effect for North Manatee County. 75 degrees has cooled down as a result of the rainfall, and winds are out of the east-northeast to 10. The pressure 30.07 inches. You can see those storms really were intense just about an hour and a half ago, and now we're getting some moderate to heavy rainfall in East Sarasota, Manatee counties, not much near the coast. And as I mentioned, that flood advisory is still in effect until 5:30. A little more coming up.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Coming up Thursday at 4 on Suncoast View, it is the annual Sarasota Music Festival. We'll get a preview of the upcoming Mostly Mozart concert. Plus, the Suncoast nature photographer shows off his passion and his very unique use of light. We're going to celebrate Nature Photography Day. Plus, toys that'll bring back some childhood memories with vintage dolls. And the Rosemary joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We are here with Robert and Michael, my little son, my little boy. You know you're going to get teased about that all week long now.
I'm never going to hear the
I'm sorry. I apologize for him.
From Cask and Ale, they're featuring a brunch coming up that's going to, or actually a special pour night during the week, but a brunch coming up when you're going to debut these wonderful pours.
We're going to get started with that this Sunday on Father's Day, and then we'll continue it every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6:30.
Well, you guys are like mixologists extraordinaire down there at Cask and Ale. And
Yeah,
you've got
so
some
teach us a few things.
signature drinks.
Absolutely. So we're going to do the ginger off of our menu today. Do a little fresh.
Okay.
Okay, is that okay? Is that all right?
I just wondered why you said it twice.
Oh, yeah.
It's got ginger beer,
Well,
ginger, ginger.
we've got a little fresh mint. We tear that. We don't crush that.
Okay. Teared mint.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a pineapple ginger syrup we make in-house. We actually juice fresh ginger for this.
Oh, wow. I
A
didn't
little
know you
bit,
could juice
little bit of that action. You absolutely can. Yeah, you get all
You
that
guys
fiber
are
fiber
serious
there.
about your cocktails
So it's
there,
fresh
aren't you?
squeezed lemon juice.
Okay.
A little bit of that. Now, the most important ingredient.
All right. And now, what is unique about the pour you're using?
This is Michter's Sour Mash. It's got a really nice, sweet, kind of round flavor. Michter's comes out with some really quality products. We've also got the 10-year single barrel over here. We've got the full line at Cask and Ale.
Okay.
We even have the Michter's Celebration, one of 256 bottles ever made.
Oh, wow.
This year, anyway.
Speaking of celebration, you're here celebrating National Whiskey Day, right?
We had National Bourbon Day. That's
Bourbon
right.
Day, rather.
So
Sorry.
we brought some bourbon gear. We got some bourbon to drink.
And you were saying, now bourbon is that a kind of whiskey? That's what it
Bourbon,
is, right?
it's a distinctly American whiskey, aged in new American oak barrels. That was kind of the system was built to create jobs, really, because you use new barrels. You're not reusing the old ones. It creates jobs for coopers, and it really stimulates the economy.
Well, appropriate for Flag Day. Then.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to let Robert shake that up and do some sampling. And then, Michael, you brought a cocktail to talk about as well.
We do have one as well. It's one of our signature cocktails. It is the Pecan Old Fashioned. And basically, we use the Basil Hayden's bourbon, a little bit of our in-house pecan simple syrup, a little bit of Angostura bitters, and a little Dot and Dash nut bitters.
Dot and Dash?
Dot and Dash is the brand of the bitters.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a type of pour or
measure.
something. Yeah, I didn't know. What do I know? Fantastic. Hey, you want a little bit of trivia while you make this up? Did you know on this Flag Day, do you know who the most prolific, the greatest, largest distiller of whiskey was in early America?
No, we don't know. Tell us.
His General George Washington.
Oh, really?
Produced more, had the biggest distillery in America.
Who knew?
At the time, yep.
So this country was founded on liquor.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
It helps the day.
What are you adding there?
I want to
This
point
is the
out this
Angostura
award.
bitters. And this is the Dot and the Dash bitters. We just put them in a little fancy.
So two different types.
Two different types of bitters.
And
This is
there's
the most
Oh,
traditional
there's
of
more.
cocktails. When you break down a cocktail by definition, it's spirit, ice, bitters, and sugar.
Oh, okay.
And a ginger ale.
No,
I have had this one at Cascade Ale, and that is delicious.
Oh, yes, I want to hold this up.
That is the Snob Award, the Sarasota Network
you
of
did get
Bartenders.
this.
Oh.
And why is that on set today, my son?
Oh, well, we just had the pleasure of bringing that home the other day to Cascade Ale.
You did.
Just kind of wanted to show
winner
that
of
off
the
a little bit.
award.
Proud dad.
And this is on display at Castanale now.
It is.
Bartender's competition.
And if you didn't know there was such a group, the Sarasota Network of Bartenders, that's pretty funny.
I like the initials.
I do too, yes. We're all amused by that.
If
Robert,
you
you
know
topped
any-
that with ginger beer, I saw. Now you're good to go. Ginger.
beer, got a garnish of a fresh mint leaf and some candied ginger on top.
Oh, it looks lovely. Linda, would you like a sip?
Of course.
Of course. Linda can give it a try. She's our fruity drink girl, so we'll see how it goes. And still making some magic down there with the pecan old fashioned. Look at her eyes just lit up. You hit a home run.
Bingo. Okay.
Look at that one.
Go
I'll
ahead,
never see
Babette.
a sip
I'll take
like
You want
that.
to give it a try?
All right,
All
we
right.
are celebrating
Gotta try.
National Bourbon Day with the gentlemen from Cask and Ale. Remember them
is
on
good, right?
Father's Day, doing a lot of great pours and also a great brunch as we celebrate on Sunday. John, happy Father's Day early to you.
Thank
great
you.
to have your son Michael with us.
Happy
Robert,
Father's
it's
Day.
always
Thanks,
a
son.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Everybody, cheers to National Bourbon Day.
And of
Sam,
course, we want to say,
poking it on the
Sam,
ass. Have a great tour.
yes.
Yes, we wish her luck as she heads on the road with her music. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Take some
Hurry
time
up.
and enjoy the Suncoast view. I didn't have any yet.